We are going to examine the Earth as if it were an organism. The Earth as an organism hypothesis is in part supported by the fact that the layers of the Earth, that some people call Gaia, are more or less mirror images of the layering of what we call skin. But because the Earth's surface is obviously not chemically and molecularly identical to the skin of a biological organism as we understand them, let's think of the layers of the Earth as if they were made of the equivalent of a multi-layer printed circuit board, with us not quibbling about whether or not there are 6 or 5 or 4 or 3 layers of the Earth juxtaposed to the 2 or more layers required to make a printed circuit board, which are more or less chemically identical to and layered like the Earth, or vice versa for that matter, with lots of silicone and metals and their respective oxides that are used in the production of electronic equipment. With us settling on the 3-layer version of the Earth compared to the 3 layers of what are called biological sensor chips that come in 3 layers. This includes what are called 3-layered complementary metal oxide chips, with us bearing in mind that one of the applications for CMOS chips is for biological sensors. And the surface of the Earth is the equivalent of a sensor surface or transducer that is loaded with metal oxides, including iron and other oxides, and their base metals and silicone as well, all of which are found in the interior of the Earth, including within Earth's channels and chambers of liquid magma that are the equivalent of hybrid integrated microelectronic circuits, perhaps, that do their part to extract the electromagnetic signal output from Earth's life forms on the surface. I included other examples of technology layers in this video because I think the Earth is a fusion of these and other technologies. Earth's magma layers and veins, and even its core, could also be considered synthetic organs and veins. Whatever the case, we cannot deny the amazing similarities between these comparisons of the layering of these multi-layered technologies and the layering of the Earth and the layers of the human skin. Yet another amazing similarity is that Earth's flora and fauna are distributed around the Earth, including ourselves, exactly like the distribution of hair follicles and bacteria on skin, with the similarities being obvious. This includes the structural similarities between hair and trees and other plants, as we can see with our own eyes. With us also considering that the human race appears to be playing the role as the equivalent of parasitic and toxic bacteria that are destroying the natural environment that sustains us. With all life on Earth being specifically organized around the Earth, or Gaia if you like, exactly like hair and bacteria on the skin around a brain. With you not forgetting that there are 3 layers of the human brain, just like there are 3 layers of the Earth. What is significant here, as I wrap up this video, is that computer scientists and engineers are designing computer chips that are modeled after the human brain, as well as layered like the brain and the Earth, on top of being made of the same chemical composition of the Earth, and vice versa. the Earth might be a hybrid fusion of biology and electronics, with the Earth's life forms serving as biological components, as we compare the 3 layers of the Earth to the 3 layers of the brain, all of which produce an electrical charge, just like the Earth is electrically charged. The Earth and probably other living planets are probably a fusion of the types of technologies we are seeing in this video, as we bear in mind that fusions of some of these technologies indeed exist to various degrees. As we also bear in mind that silicon and its oxides are the second most abundant element on Earth, next to oxygen, with metals and their respective oxides being the next abundant, and mixed in with the silicon of the Earth, in addition to being sandwiched between the layers of this silicon, or vice versa in some cases, just like the layering of these technologies we are comparing the Earth to. And I would bet money that the geochemical sequence of the layers of the Earth are identical to the chemical sequence of the layers of these and other semiconductor technologies that have been developed within the last few decades. And if you like this video, then subscribe and share and hit the thumbs up and notification buttons.